Welcome to MMA Inside the Cage, bringing the world of mixed martial arts to you. I'm your host, Cyrus. Next to me, the pride of the South, Mr. Casey Oxendine. Now, Casey, we've been all over the internet, all over all the big MMA websites, and they're giving us crap saying we're a bunch of hillbillies, a bunch of country bumpkins with our teeth rotting out of our head.
Now, see, that's what makes me mad right there. All right, because we've been all over the United States, man, with some of our top talent, all right, and we've been bringing home victories everywhere we go, and it's ridiculous. And it just makes me mad, honestly.
It's like that song, you know, the South's going to do it again.
That's right. The South is going to do it again. Mark my words.
Casey, have you been eating anything?
Maybe a candy bar earlier.
Brother, it doesn't look like you have Blackomania. It looks like your teeth has Blackomania right now. You might want to work on that.
Oh, man.
Tonight we're talking about Cage Brawl number 6. We got a couple big guests on here. We'll have Len Cook a little bit later. But let's get to our first guest. He is from Mountain Empire Kempo and Karate, Mr. Randy Stamey. Welcome to the show, Randy.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we got to say congratulations to you, Randy. You got, well, some sort of a win. Let's talk a little bit about this fight. You fought Josh Jones from Purebred MMA here in Kingsport, a new gym. And I know you were looking forward to this fight. Apparently, there was some sort of an eye gouge, and I didn't see it happen directly. What was your view of it, and did you see it happen? Did you feel it happen?
No, I didn't. I mean, the fight went on, and you know, I was actually through a body kick, and then that's when he actually called the timeout, was after the body kick. So I wasn't sure where it came from or how it did, but I don't remember poking him in the eye any kind of way.
No, I said this during commentary, and I'll be honest, and I'll stay to it. It just seemed to me like he didn't want to fight anymore. I mean, Casey, your thoughts? You were doing commentary right there with me. Talk about that fight and kind of how it ended.
Well, you never know what's going on in a fighter's head for sure. You know, we couldn't see, we didn't have the vantage point to see if there was an eye gouge. What I saw was a little bit of action, then a break in the action, and then he's rubbing his eye. So I don't really know, but you know, they gave him the 5 minutes. He took the 5 minutes, and you know, really, if you don't see the eye gouge, it's really hard to call the eye gouge and and then rule it a no contest. You know, it's the same thing that Christopher James was talking about with the Jamie Varner incident. You know what I mean? It could have very well been an eye gouge, but then again, you never know.
That's true.
You know?
Well, I mean, the thing is though, I mean, you're still doing well. I mean, you're on the upswing. You got to feel good about your performance against Josh Jones, no doubt. And let's talk a little bit about you real quick. How long have you even been training in mixed martial arts?
Well, I've only been training hardcore since January. That's when I got with Mountain Empire MMA in Bristol, Virginia. Studied a little bit in Kempo Karate, doing the wrestling and jiu-jitsu and everything, which they have our Machado jiu-jitsu. And just basically been doing that since January, nonstop.
And how helpful have your coaches been? I mean, you got Chris Massey, awesome striker, and then you're learning all the jiu-jitsu. How helpful have they been?
Oh, they've been extremely helpful. I mean, when I came in there in January, I went from somebody who thought he knew something to somebody who actually knows something now. So,
and we don't have to say any names, right?
Right. But they've actually helped me a lot. We got Chris Massey, and then we got Josh Boer, who does the wrestling and everything. He's a very, very good wrestler. One of the best at the takedowns and everything. So. And I actually went to school with Josh, so Josh has known me throughout the years and everything.
Cool. And do you have anything coming up that we should know about? Any fights that maybe you want to get set up?
Well, I mean, whatever Cage Brawl wants to put in front of me, that's the main organization I've been fighting for. But I mean, I'm looking to expand my horizons and maybe go somewhere else and expand other things.
All right. Well, we look forward to that. Now, Casey, before we get to these results and highlights, let's talk about it. The 6th installment of Cage Brawl. Once again, Jeremy Judge, Shane Goins, they pack out the Meadowview Convention Center in Kingsport, and it was a great night of fights.
Yep, they brought out the local fighters, and that's really what it takes to be successful in this business. You saw everybody. You saw Mountain Empire, you saw the Tuca guys, you saw Absolute Jiu-Jitsu, and you saw even Team Oxendine.
And Gamma, and they were all out there. Very good. All right, now it kicked off with 2 young fighters, Jimmy Ramsey, Clarence Locklear, and it was Clarence Locklear that grabbed a quick win in his debut, as you can see right here. Josh Jones and Randy Stamey were in the next fight, and we know what happened there. It was ruled a no contest, but we'll see what happens with Randy going forward. I mean, bright future for you, Randy, so we're looking forward to that. Now, the next fight we're really excited about. This was Wes Williams from Absolute Jiu-Jitsu making his return to the cage. He draws Wesley Hansen from Faith MMA, a game opponent, but a replacement opponent on 10 days' notice. Hansen comes in overweight, very overweight, and Wes Williams was not happy, but I think he got his redemption in form of a triangle and some strikes, and it was looking pretty nasty in that one, Casey.
Yeah, well, Wes always looks very intense when he fights. Every time I've ever seen him on the mats or in a fight, he's a pretty intense guy. But it went pretty much the way I expected it to go. If it was on the ground, it's going to be all Wes. He got it to the ground, he wrapped up Hansen, he had him in an armbar almost immediately. And it was downhill from there. Wesley did fight very gamely and did have some moments where he was escaping, but I mean, you know,
it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, he couldn't stay off the ground, and when he was on the ground, he was getting worked the entire time.
It's very true. Well, here's Wes Williams with Tara Wright after the fight.
I'm Tara Wright with MMA Inside the Cage here with Wes Williams. Congratulations on your win. You're still undefeated. How does it feel?
Feels excellent. This was a hard decision for me to make, to come out and fight again. It's been 2 years since I fought my last time, but had a lot of friends and family and people looking forward to seeing me fight again, so that's why I decided to give it one more go.
In the next fight, it was Gracie Tampa's Elon Cruz cruising right past Faith MMA's Josh Carlisle. A little note here, Carlisle had to cut 38 pounds in one day. He told me following that fight, that was a tough one for Josh. Absolute goes 2-0 as Logan Griffin pounds out Roy Sanders in the next one. The heavyweights collide in the next fight. It was Stephen Ironhead Flanagan and 50 cal John Hernholm. We're going to talk a little bit more about that as it's going to be our main event of the week. What a fight, a battle, a war, Casey Oxendine. That was a good fight. Now, Devin Rodriguez rolls over Kenny May, who replaced Adam Townsend on 2 days' notice. Casey, we've said this 1,000 times. We got to give props to Kenny May for stepping in. 2 days notice. He just keeps coming back, man.
Well, we appreciate Kenny May for going in, you know, for stepping up and filling a fight that needed to be filled. However, I'd like to see Kenny get a little more training, get a lot more work, you know, in the gym.
He has the heart. That's
yeah,
for sure.
He does. He's got a great heart, but you know, I hate to see him, you know, continue to get in there and you know he's getting squashed by guys that have, you know, got a lot more experience and you know, trained with a larger gym.
That's true. Now, Adam Townsend went down with a kidney infection, but I'm sure he'll be back with a vengeance, and I'd love to see that match, Devin Rodriguez and Townsend. That'd be a really good one. Now, to finish off the first half of the card, it was big Robert Rowland from Absolute as he pounded out Michael Nace from Purebred, who's actually just gone out with you guys over at Mountain Empire. Now, how's he kind of gotten a little bit better since you've seen him?
He's done a lot better, you know, with his stand-up and everything, just moving a lot better, you know, and, you know, getting his cardio up and things like that.
I think the change of team is probably going to help him just a little bit more, being with a bit of a more experienced gym.
Yeah.
Now, he stuck it out for a while, but he just couldn't quite hang with Robert Rowland. That took Absolute to 3-0. We'll talk to Len Cook in the second round as he took Absolute to 4-0, a perfect night for Absolute Jiu-Jitsu. But now it's time to get to our MMA Inside the Cage, Punch of the Week.
Hold on a second. Since Johnny's not here right now, I'm working the clacker here. So it's time to go to commercial break when I clack this thing.
Casey,
all right?
You don't need to mess with that clacker, brother. No, stop it.
Of course, we were fortunate enough last year at the Absolute Action fight.
Oh, wow.
Goodness gracious. That's not good. That's not good for the girl on bottom.
Wow.
Welcome back to MMA Inside the Cage. Cyrus Fees, Casey Oxendine, and we got Randy Stamey here from Mountain Empire as well. And it's time to get to our next guest of the night. He was part of the big co-main event. He got a big win, and he took Absolute to 4-0 at Cage Brawl 6. Mr. Len Cook, welcome back to the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
It's always a pleasure to have you here, and it's always a pleasure to have that belt. That's looking good. You got the gold right in front of you. How's that feel to be the champ, man?
It feels good, but I've always said you're not the champ until you defend the title. So.
Well, it's only a matter of time. Now, you had a big fight against Kiara West at Cage Brawl 6, and a lot of people were looking forward to this fight, Casey as well. And it seems to me like you rolled right through him in this one. And even you kind of told me off the set that you were a little surprised that you didn't get more competition from him because Kiara's a tough fighter.
Yeah, I'd heard nothing but good things about Kiara, and I'd seen him fight, so I know he had heavy hands and he was dangerous for sure. Plus, you add the fact he's a 145er coming down to 135. And I was looking for a tough fight, but I'd worked hard in the gym, put a lot of time into it, so it paid off.
Okay, well, that was a big win. And Casey, wow, these Faith MMA guys, they really show up. Kiara West, we really thought that was going to be a little bit more of a tougher battle. But props to Kiara for taking the fight, and it was a good fight overall.
Well, I love to watch Kiara fight. I think there was a significant hole in his game when facing Len Cook. Len Cook's a very good ground guy. He's got good takedowns. Kiara was definitely game on the feet, but once Len took it to the ground, you know, he really didn't have an answer for what Len had.
And I think he's starting to separate himself a little bit from the amateur class. I think Len is. I think you're getting that close to being a pro. Now, I've talked to your family, and they're ready to see you face D'Angelo again. Now, what's going on with that? Would you like to see that happen maybe before you turn pro, or maybe when you turn pro? I know you want to get your hands on him again.
Oh, no doubt. I think a lot of D'Angelo. He's a good guy on a personal level, but on a professional sense, I'd love nothing more than to step in the cage with him again. As far as whether that be pro or amateur, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
Absolutely. We've talked about it, man. You need to start getting paid for these fights, my friend. You're getting awful close, man. Well, let's talk about the rest of this card. Let's get through it real quick. Next on the card was Michael Black Johnson and Justin Willis. It was 1-0 for Michael Johnson from Team Ox and 0-1 from Justin Willis out of Zach Peak's camp, living in MMA. Willis pulls off a nice triangle choke, and like that, both guys are at 1-1 now. Casey, where did Black go wrong in this fight?
Well, I mean, he had a good fight going. We knew that coming out of Zach Peak's camp that his opponent was going to be tough. We had it going pretty good. Black did get in a position to land some serious ground and pound, but he made that mistake and got caught in the triangle. But
it's easy to do.
Yeah, but as a team, we win together, we lose together, and that's why I'm repping the Blackamania t-shirt.
Love the t-shirt, man. No doubt about that. Up next, a big heavyweight showdown. It was Master Blaster Mike Bailey working out with D-Evil and Team Ox for this fight, taking on Jeffrey Sparks from Execution MMA in Grundy, Virginia. This one I'm calling the biggest upset of the night. Bailey went down to punches. It looked really even early on, but Mike just couldn't quite get it going. Casey?
Man, everybody has ups and downs. People forget once again that, he's less than a year and a half in still into his career. As a heavyweight, there aren't a lot of fights, and, you never know with these big, strong guys what you're going to get, and Mike got a tough fight, and, and with that kind of power, it's danger.
Sure.
So, good fight. I thought maybe Mike had the first round pretty solid. He ended up on top at the end of the round. Second round came out, and he took some tough shots, and, it is what it is.
He learned a lesson, and no doubt the Master Blaster will be back with a vengeance. Next fight, it was Tyrone Jackson in the next one, taking on AJ Hardaway out of Thunderhouse MMA, another replacement fighter. Hardaway gets the win in this one, but it was a very game opponent for Tyrone. I'm going to go right over to you, Randy Stamey. You work out with Tyrone on a daily basis, probably. What have you heard from him as far as this fight and as far as from your coaches of what he went wrong and what happened during this fight?
Well, he went wrong he kind of dropped his hands a little bit and wanted to focus mainly on the head movement instead of the feet movement as well. What we did is we, went back and, we're working all the basic stuff and everything, but he's hungry to come back in the cage.
I can imagine.
And get a win back. He's still one of my favorite fighters to watch.
Oh, me too.
So I can't wait to see him get back in the cage.
Love seeing the beast in the cage. Now, it's crazy because we saw such a cool technical game from Tyrone in his first fight back from his hiatus, and then he sort of lost that in that fight, Casey. Did you notice that?
Well, man, every fight is different. That's the thing, man. And this guy had a lot of reach, and he had a lot of power, just like Tyrone. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things, when you live by the sword, you die by the sword sometimes. We've experienced that. Everybody's experienced that before. So, it made for an exciting fight, and that's one thing I'll say about Tyrone. Win, lose, or draw, there's energy in that cage when he fights, and there was that night, even though he took the loss.
I'll tell you what, I feel bad for the guy that has to go against Mike Bailey or Tyrone Jackson on the next cage ball, because it's going to be crazy. Lane Cook pushes Absolute to 4-0 with a big win over Kiara West in the next fight, and we just got done talking about that. And the girls came out to play in the next fight. It was Brandy Davis from Truth MMA stepping in against Haley Barrick from Faith MMA. Once again, a last-minute replacement for Faith MMA. Davis brutalizes Barrick. That's the only way I can say about it. And we caught up with her right after the fight.
Can you tell us about the fight?
I just got a mindset in there that I was going to get in there and win, and followed through with it.
What do you have coming up next?
I'm hoping to have another MMA fight pretty soon. If it can work out, we're thinking about next weekend in Chattanooga. So if that can go through, that would be great.
Hey, well, good luck and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, the next fight was supposed to be a championship fight. Due to Chris Cook not showing up for the fight, Adam Glenn was awarded the Cage Brawl 170-pound title, another strap for Adam Glenn, and he's sort of collecting these straps of gold, my friend.
Adam Glenn is a unique character, man. He was running around, before the fight, like all over the place, sweating, warming up, getting ready, man. I thought he was going to come out there and go crazy. I mean, I've seen him win some big fights. Yeah. He's always game, even when he loses, he's game. And, he was just ready to rock, and then I turned around, and they were like, oh, that fight's not going to happen.
Yeah,
he just walks in and takes his belt.
And now he has 2 big title belts. He has the Pro 1 MMA title, and he has the Cage Brawl title. Pretty impressive. Next fight was for the Cage Brawl and ISKA heavyweight title. Rob Horton, the challenger from Gracie Tampa, versus the champion, Del Merritt from IMA. Good back and forth with these two, and then the worst thing that could happen did happen. You can see it here. Horton brings in the action, and Del Merritt's knee kind of goes the wrong way. And the update is that it's not anything serious from what Del's saying. He's actually been walking on it, but it really looked like he may have tore his ACL there.
Yeah, it looked sick, man. And, you could tell he was in excruciating pain.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff, man, you can see like a brutal knockout or submission, and, that's tough. But when you see something like that where, somebody's knee turns funny and twists out, those kind of injuries, you're looking at 6 months to a year and of a recovery, and that's sad and that's sick.
Well, hopefully that won't happen, and hopefully Del Merritt will be back better than ever. Rob Horton, however, is now the Cage Brawl and ISKA champion. Here he is with Tara Wright.
I didn't like how the fight ended. He's a tough opponent. I'd like to finish it. finish it the way it should. But unfortunately, he got an injury to his knee, and they had to stop the fight. Feel like a rematch. I'd love to give him a rematch. He's a great guy.
And finally, the main event of the night, very highly anticipated, Stephen New from Team Gamma challenging Anthony Morgan from Fit Factory, the champion. A lot of folks were picking Stephen New to win this fight, including myself, but Anthony Morgan, man, he showed me something there. He came out there, he got a quick submission, pulled the arm bar. Very impressive by Anthony Morgan.
Well, I was kind of conflicted on that fight because, Morgan trains with Gene Click and Tim Loy. Those guys are good friends of mine. And then, you've got Stephen New from Gamma that I've known for a lot of years. And, so I knew this was going to be an excellent fight. I expected it to go a little longer, but, once again, styles make matchups, and, everybody, can be off on their day. Stephen, looked very aggressive. He got on top. He didn't really have an answer to the submissions of Anthony Morgan this time.
Now, I'll tell you, he is kind of close. I can kind of maybe see a catch weight with you, Len. What can you say about Anthony Morgan and his game? He has a really good game going forward.
I didn't really get to watch that fight because I was back in the locker room getting everything taken care of, but he's tough, and I'm definitely game for anything. So anytime.
No doubt about that.
Well, it's hard. Well, it's hard for Lynn, man, because Lynn it can range anywhere from 125. You fought up to 145 before, right? I mean, you fought up. So it's hard for guys that size because you don't see a lot of 125, 135 pound guys running around at the skill level that Lynn's going to require, for a good matchup. So that might be something that we see in the future.
That could be very cool. Yeah. Now, coming up in the next round, we'll get to our main event of the week right after the break. You're watching MMA Inside the Cage. Welcome back to MMA Inside the Cage, our Cage Brawl 6 recap special. Cyrus Feast, Casey Oxendine, Randy Stamey, and Len Cook on the panel with us. We have just enough time to get to our main event of the week. It's Stephen Flanagan, John Hernholm, the big heavyweight matchup. Let's talk about this fight, Casey. It was sick. It went all 3 rounds, and these guys left it all in the cage.
Well, I was excited to do it, man, because I'd gotten to work with John quite a bit leading up to this. He had a great game plan. He executed it well. On the flip side, Stephen Flanagan, one of my favorites to watch, a good friend of mine,
Sure.
And it always seems like I end up coaching against him,
I know it.
Which is kind of bittersweet, but at the same time, it's always a pleasure because he is a good, tough fighter and a challenge to coach against. It was awesome. It was an incredible fight.
You just have to see
the fight of the night. The fight of the night.
It was the fight of the night. Fight of the night honors. Let's go to it right now. It's your MMA Inside the Cage main event of the week.
Super heavyweight battle here. John Hernholm and Stephen Ironhead Flanagan. Oh, big shot. John Hernholm, like we said, maybe having a little bit of rust here. Brandon, he hasn't fought probably over a year and a half. Stephen Flanagan just got done fighting at the X Series show, so that is a big difference.
Yeah, I think once he gets hit a couple times, he's going to come right back to us. There we go.
Wow, big
nice
shot
with the clinch.
Oh, wow, they are throwing. He is landing heavy shots on Flanagan. Hernholm looking fantastic here in this opening round. It's going to take a lot to put away Flanagan. I'm telling you, this kid is tough as nails. We've seen him in some very tough positions against some of the best heavyweights in our area. He is not going to give up easily, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think these two guys, we're definitely going to see how good their gas tanks are, because I don't see any one of them going down right now.
It's just who's going to give in. Second round action.
See Hernholm working back for the clinch. All that pressure driven into your rib cage definitely is not fun. It takes your gas away.
John Hernholm just recently coming off of an eye injury where he got thumbed really hard in the eye, coming off an injury.
Got a low blow.
And there it is. We've seen this a couple times tonight, an accidental low blow. No points are deducted.
We're going to continue action for just another second.
And there we go. We are going to go to a third and final round.
Flanagan open up with some kicks.
Flanagan wants this. He is coming out firing. Oh, and Hernholm opens up. He's going to set up this.
So Hernholm working
right
back
to the cage.
Hernholm working the side choke here. Flurry to finish it off. Hernholm.
Oh my goodness. What a finish to the fight. Third and final round. Stephen Flanagan, confident. He feels like he did something. He feels he may have got the win, but I tell you, John Hernholm grinded it, and he maintained control the majority of the fight. If I'm judging this one, it goes to Hernholm.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center in Kingsport, Tennessee, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Judge 1 scores the bout 29-28 for Hernholm. Judge 2 scores the bout 29-28 Flanagan.
Wow.
I definitely did not see that coming.
Scores the bout 29-28 for the winner by majority decision. Out of the red corner, John SoCal Hernholm.
Nothing unexpected there. That's what we feel was going to happen, but it was a split decision, and we didn't see that one coming.
That's right.
Time to wrap up another episode of MMA Inside the Cage. Cage Brawl 6 was awesome, partner, man. Great production, but we do want to throw out there that JCDV Productions, the people that produce our show and the previous Cage Brawls, were not in charge of this one, so it's a little bit different, but hopefully they'll come back in the future. Big thanks to our guests. We had Randy Stamey from Mountain Empire and Len Cook from Absolute. Thanks for coming on the show, guys. Next week, serious action, partner. We're talking all fights all night, M1 Global, EFC Africa, and a video that will downright make you squirm.
It's vicious. Don't miss it.
It's nasty. We're coming up on a year, Casey, and we got some really big things coming up here.
It is, man. Everybody needs to make sure that they watch the next couple of episodes. We've got some crazy stuff going on, so you won't want to miss that.
It's going to be wild. If you want to get a hold of us, go to facebook.com/MMA Inside the Cage. Like our page. We'd love it. Or you can get a hold of us at MMAinsidethecage@gmail.com. I'm Cyrus Fees.
And I'm Casey Oxendine.
And we'll see you next week Inside the Cage.
Awesome.
Yeah, right.